Promotional consideration paid for by the following.
Hello and welcome Cheap Shot Nation to another quick shot review, and I have been to see yet another Tom Cruise reunion film in the way of Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, and I've got to say it was pretty darn good from where I was sitting, and I really enjoyed it. That being said, it's been nearly 30 years, 27 years, pretty much exact, since the original came out. And I say the original, obviously it was an original film of a TV programme from back in the day. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to continue listening to quick shot reviews and my humble ramblings on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Congratulations, you've made it as far as the second part of, or the main part of this podcast on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. Obviously it stars Tom Cruise. It is part one of a two-parter, and I'm going to say how Tom Cruise looks in this film is nothing short of incredible, but you can guarantee that Tom Cruise playing Ethan Hunt is just amazing, absolutely amazing. There's like Arnold Schwarzenegger playing the Terminator, Sylvester Stallone playing Rambo. He has become Ethan Hunt, and there's a plethora of really good performances in this film, and it follows Ethan Hunt and his IMF team who must track down a dangerous weapon before it falls into the wrong hands. As with most films these days, it is a continuation of a previous IP, that's intellectual property, rather than me wanting to go to the toilet. But it is it's continuation of an intellectual property which the studio probably would have lost the rights to if they hadn't have made this film. But it's not a case, for me, from what I saw, it's not a case of just hashing it out and bringing us another film just so they could keep the rights to the film. This has been thought out. It's modern in the use of its technology. It's got like Google glasses and stuff like that. And Tom Cruise is great in this film. He really, really does carry it. And you can't have a strong lead without having a strong cast. And the cast is absolutely brilliant as well. Hayley Atwell plays Grace, who is the new sort of good, bad sidekick, if you like, to Tom Cruise's Ethan Hunt, because she's after the key and after selling it. And there's always that thing, isn't there, with these kind of films. And the same with Indiana Jones as well. Ving Rhames plays Lucer Stickle. Simon Pegg is always great anyway, and he plays Benji Dunn. Rebecca Ferguson plays Lisa Forst, and Vanessa Kirby plays the White Widow. And you've got lots and lots of stuff. Sorry, my Alexa's going off. I didn't even ask. But yeah, there's loads and loads of things here. Mark Gatiss plays the NSA. Well, don't you know it? Didn't even spot him in there. But, yeah, some great names. Some absolutely great names. Henry Czerny plays Kitteridge. Yeah, and it's hard to put into words how much I enjoyed this film. It's got better car scenes in it than a certain car-based film, which I didn't enjoy and probably never will enjoy past like number 3. And that's pushing it. It's exciting. It has you on the edge of your seat. You really want Ethan Hunt to get the better of the bad guys. You want the good bad character in Grace. Sorry, I had to check there. I got her name right. A good bad character in Grace. You wanted her to succeed as well and turn that corner and make the right choices. Some great action sequences, like say, involving a car, a Fiat 500, Cinquecento, through the streets of Italy, followed by a great big tank thing. And yeah, so I think I said this about Indiana Jones. This is what the Uncharted movie should have been. This is how it should have been made. And if they ever do another one, they need to take heed. Because in that particular film, they were all over the place. They know what they're doing with Indiana Jones. It's pretty hard to get wrong. Yes, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was just completely out there. But you can't tell me that the first 3 films weren't out there somewhat. And the last one, the Dial of Destiny with the time travel, was pretty out there. But then you've got Mission Impossible, where you've got the agency trying to find something and stop something bad happening. So, yeah, this is a good film. It's a good action film. It's old school in execution. It's got, like I say, it's got great scenes, biking scenes, car scenes, train scenes. One bit in particular, which was very Uncharted and was filmed round the corner from where I live, which is fantastic to think that was what they were doing, and brought in obviously a lot of money to the area. So yeah, this film, it's great. It's got the right balance of cast. It's got the right balance of characters in it as well. It is, like I say, it's a 2023 film. It is a 12A and it is around 2 hours and 45 minutes long. And when you think that this is part 1 of a 2-part, yeah, it's a long film. However, some films drag. Some films can be an hour and a half and drag. This did not. It was straight in there with the action. It was straight in there with the character building. It was zip, zap, zoom with different scenes, and they all made sense. And it just, everything was great. One thing's happening there, and another thing's happening simultaneously. And then the next scene, you've got another thing, and another thing, and another thing. It's just like building up. Like, it's like setting up a 10-pin bowling, where the first layer's got 1 pin, the second layer's got 2 pins, 3 pins, 4 pins, 5 pins. And eventually, you're going to have to knock them all down. And Mission Impossible did that brilliantly. Not only is the musical score great, the cinematography is fantastic, the action scenes are brilliant and don't look CGI'd. So, I mean, I don't know if CGI has come that far that they can do things where it's not, where it is CGI'd and make it look real, or whether they've actually set these things up and actually gone old school and done the chase sequences. They do look like they're actual chase sequences. So again, it must have cost a lot of money. And they do it really well. It makes a huge difference. When you're watching something on a big screen, doing actual stunts with actual vehicles, with actual people, makes it so much better. So much better. It's unbelievable. Directed by Christopher McQuarrie and written by Bruce Geller. He's known for The Usual Suspects, Mission Impossible, Top Gun Maverick. Okay, yeah, it's starting to come into play here. Some really bad films, some very good films, and like I say, Top Gun Maverick. So he knew what he was doing with Tom Cruise here, and that's fantastic because it makes a brilliant film. And that's what I've got to say. It's brilliant. It's really worth the watch. And yeah, go and support this film. It is worth every single moment of every single set piece. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is a dead cert. Join us next time for more film commentary right here on Quick Shot Reviews for Cheap Shot Entertainment. I have been your host, Luke. You have been the Cheap Shot Nation. Thank you very much for listening to my humble ramblings, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.